be a nurse, but I knew I wanted to do more. As a service coordinator, working for people with mental and physical disabilities, I was inspired by the nurses around me. The nurses embodied compassion, selflessness, teamwork, dedication, and empathy. They encouraged me to pursue a degree in nursing. So, 3 years ago, I made the decision to take nursing school prerequisites, and I never looked back. I met my best friend in that first AP class, and she nudged me to apply to this accelerated BSN program.
No.
Or it may have been more of a push if you know it. I know we've all had to make sacrifices to be here today. For instance, I didn't envision myself at the age of 30 quitting my job and moving in with my parents. Thanks, Remy. The poet Ralph Waldo Emerson said, "Life is a journey, not a destination." So let's reflect on our journey. Let's call this I Remember When. I remember when. It took 19 minutes to put on sterile gloves. And they still weren't sterile. I remember when. SOB only meant one thing. I remember when. WebMD and Wikipedia were acceptable medical resources. Don't do it, people. Call your nurse practitioners. I remember when the following topics were not acceptable to discuss at mealtime. Bowel movements, STIs, wounds and drainage, copious secretions, or orifice odors of any kind. I remember when I wasn't able to diagnose a patient by the smell coming from their room. Excuse me, I mean anticipate a diagnosis. And here we are. Today we are bachelor's prepared nurses. Great nurses are not born. Caring people are born. And great nurses are taught. You have been mentored by some of the most nurturing and forward-thinking nurses in the field. You have instilled in us that we are not just nurses. We are critical thinkers, lifesavers, patient advocates, everyday caregivers, and care coordinators, to name just a few roles. We've learned it's more than knowing how to perform tasks and procedures. It's about being a more effective member of a healthcare team and navigating clinical systems. I recently read an article by Charles Tiffin titled "Beyond the Bedside, the Changing Role of Today's Nurses." It summarizes my thoughts on what a nurse really is. Today's nurses aren't just caring for the sick. They're changing our very notion of modern medicine and healthcare delivery. Nurses are giving TED Talks, publishing scientific research, developing mobile medical applications, and actively addressing healthcare policy. They're collaborating with their colleagues from social workers and oncologists to hospital administrators and public safety personnel. The field is growing, and so are opportunities for nurse practitioners, DNP and PhD nurses, nurse educators, nurse anesthetists, and nurse researchers. As the 2014 graduating class, we are positioned to influence the future of nursing. Each of us has a responsibility to break the negative nursing stereotypes and further the nursing scope of practice through continual education and leadership. You must get involved. The nursing students I've met along the way are some of the most empathetic, smart, and motivated people that I've worked with. Thank you for being in my life and enriching this learning experience. I hope that I have done the same for you. I leave SIUE School of Nursing knowing that nursing will be the most challenging but rewarding experience in my life. You have made a difference in my life, and I know you'll make a difference in the lives of your patients. Congratulations, and may you have many, many years of success.